Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
Hello and welcome to BGP. First and foremost, I want to say my condolences to DC Young Fly and JackyOh. Most of you may have heard about what happened to Miss Jackie. JackyOh is a 30-year-old mother of 3. She was once one of the Wild 'N Out girls. This is where her and DC Fly met one another. And just a few days ago, Miss Jackie allegedly died due to some complications of some plastic surgery that she had. And the plastic surgery that she had was a mommy makeover. Some of you may be familiar with a mommy makeover. A mommy makeover consists of usually a tummy tuck, maybe breast augmentation, breast lift, liposuction, and sometimes vaginal rejuvenation. Primarily, it's just the tummy tuck and breast augment and the lipo, but occasionally you can get some other little a la carte stuff added into there based on what your needs are. Apparently, JackyOh and DC Fly met in 2015. They never married. However, that was considered his life partner, his baby mama, his love of his life. And if you ever followed her on Instagram, it was very apparent that she loved her children, that she loved him. She recently started a lip gloss line, a little makeup line, and I was following her on that. I think she's a very beautiful girl. Only 32. Did I mention that? 32. And it's so sad to me because here we are now where these have become routine procedures, but women are dying. We don't hear about that as often as it happens, but women are dying. I just recently read the statistics on the 5 worst surgeries, and the top one is the one that everyone is getting. Is the BBL. Yep. The top riskiest are BBL, the tummy tuck, number 2, lipo, number 3, facial reconstruction, and body lifts. Those are the top 5 that are causing people to die. I know a few women that have did the BBL and went through a very popular place, and they said it's just like cattle rolling through there. They're pushing people. One person is done. They push them to recovery. They're getting them out of there. They might have blood on them or whatever, and it's just crazy. I'm going to ask you, ladies, first of all, how do you feel about plastic surgery?
Prior to social media, I didn't really think plastic surgery was like as popular as it has become, right? I think a lot of us kind of starting to compare ourselves to like these filtered AI people on social media and think that that's how we're all supposed to look and how our bodies are supposed to look, when really it's not, you know. I think if it's to save your life, I'm not against it. You know what I mean? Like, if you know that, for example, you have a really hard time with like losing weight, and you know that you can, have surgery that could help with, that process, I'm for it. For me, I know that I also, and I keep going back and forth with it as far as I want a breast reduction. So that's technically, but can be that too. But I go back and forth because I'm afraid, what if I, be put under and I don't come back, or you know what I mean? Right. Like, so I'm like, I guess it depends on what it is for me. It depends on what it is that the person is getting the surgery on, where I'm just like, okay, I'm all right with it. But some of it, I'm just like, it's kind of crazy to me that you're willing to risk your life for it. So, yeah.
I am totally against plastic surgery. I'm a girly girl. I don't want any scars. I don't want anybody cutting on me. I'm terrified of doctors and dentists. I think they're quacks. I think they don't know what the hell they're doing, especially because of being a black woman, and we don't get the proper health care that other ethnic races get. We don't get the prevention measures. We don't get the right diagnosis. You don't know if they're having a bad day today and I'm black and they just want to kill me. We don't get the right prescription. So, yeah, I'm very terrified of the medical profession. As far as if you can't lose the weight, then you got to try harder. You got to eat better. Half of losing weight is your diet. You got to change some things. You know, we have these microwave generations, these instant gratification generations. You're going to have to hit the gym. You're going to have to do more. I don't want nobody jugging in my stomach. I don't want that. Which I want a big booty for. I got a big booty, didn't have a big booty all my life. What benefits you think from having a big booty? What benefits? This so it can be big?
Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes you just want to look behind and
put a pillow in it.
Feel like it look nice in some clothes. Huh?
I know, right?
Put some pads on. You know, I just think that we've lost the age of aging gracefully. You know, I know when I was young, I wanted to see how it looked when I was 30, when I was 40, when I was 50. I wanted to see when the crow's feet came in and where they would be placed and the wrinkles and the frown lines. And we've just been we're just so superficial and we're just so, she got babies.
That part.
Her youngest is 11 months.
Yes.
And so when you think about doing certain things, you have to remember it's not all about you all the time. Now her babies don't have a mama. Now the love of her life doesn't have a woman. And he got to explain to them babies what happened to their mother. He loved her with the stretch marks, with the little booty, with the whatever she had. And we are so caught up in this artificial perfection of beauty. And one of the reasons why is because motherfuckers is out here saying black women hit the wall at certain ages. And so they're trying to do everything
to prolong it.
And I'm not saying that they're doing the surgeries for men, because that would be a lie. They're doing it for themselves. But just this fear of getting old. Like I said, not wanting to age gracefully, not wanting to have a person say, I want to look like you when I grow up. And you being that older example.
Right.
You know, and it's just tragic that it's just a tragic situation.
It really is sad. And I think too,
and just let me say one more thing. Because who just got rid of their booty? Black China.
Right, I just wrote her name down right there. Yep. Yeah.
So
K. Michelle
had a whole series, whole series on the dangers of the shit. What's that little coach? She's a little life coach. Don't eat everything on your plate, girl.
Oh.
She just got her booty implants taken out. So what's the disconnect of you seeing that this person has said, I didn't want something to bust, or I didn't want something to leak and it go through the rest of my system and kill me. You heard it. I know she's seen it. And why would you go do it?
I think because they've become so routine that people think it's safer now, but in fact it is not. I think because in the medical school, you're taught to do A, B, C, and D. And now because they're cutting corners, because they think they're skipping B and C.
Yeah.
So that they can do 5 procedures a day rather than just 3 because they get this money. It's all a money thing.
Yeah.
And it's the sad part about it is people are losing their life. And I'll be honest, I had a list of stuff I wanted to go have done. And as I get older, and I've gone to consultations and everything, and they looking at me like, girl, please. First of all, you got a heart condition in your family. You know, these are the things that when you think of Kanye West's mama, she went, 2 doctors told her they would not do it. And you know, in the States, we have much stricter rules. And so many people are now going to the
out of country.
Dominican Republic,
Mexico.
And they're dying over there.
Yeah.
You know, we don't hear about it as much as it happens. And I just feel so bad because here's this, like you said, she got babies. She got one that's under
11
a year.
months.
Yeah. And, you know, I came up with this scenario. I was just wondering, I'm going to throw it at you. If you were with a man and that man told you blatantly, I don't want you to ever have those type of that type of procedure, and you wanted it so bad, like maybe it was a breast lift or get your tummy tucked, but would you do it anyway?
If that's something that I've wanted,
that you've wanted, and he's
like, but I love you the way you are,
how you are.
No, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. No.
I wouldn't, and I would question his love for me if he allowed me to get any of the procedures.
Right.
That would make me feel like you don't love me for me. Yeah. You love this version.
What it could look. Yeah.
Yes.
What you could look
what
like.
You see in your mind of what I could be. That means I need a whole lot of improvements. If you want me poop, pop.
Yeah.
I would question that. Mm-hmm. It would hurt my feelings.
Right. Yeah.
I might start crying. No.
Because, there was a time, like you said, we were aging. We just took what happened. Our titties start sagging, they sag. Your stretch marks you done had since you done had them big head babies, 10 pounds apiece. And, it happens. But nowadays, you're seeing all these people that get snatched. They got this waist. They got this
right after.
Pow, you know what I mean? That booty. And we always want something that we ain't got. Because, people would always say, "Damn, you got big old titty." Da, da, da. But I always wanted a big old booty. So it's like we always want what we never had.
It's looking like women are not satisfied.
Exactly.
Our breasts do sag. Mm-hmm. We do get cellulite. We do get stretch marks. Mm-hmm. We do get laugh lines. That's a part of living. And don't you want to live?
Exactly.
Don't you want to live to see
alive?
That?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So one of the things too, and we haven't heard very much from DC Fly. I guess it's really, really early for that. I often wonder, like you had said, what is he gonna tell the kids?
You got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But I just hate it because I'm just like, I know when I had my daughter, I had a C-section, and there was complications to my C-section, which prolonged my healing.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so what should have been maybe like a 3 to 6 month process for me was a year. Right. Mm-hmm. And so when I look at her and I'm like, you just had a baby literally barely 11 months ago. Mm-hmm. How are you going back up under the knife to have some kind, a drastic surgery when your body hasn't completely healed yet?
Yes.
And Cardi B did that. For both of her pregnancies, she did that. She had the baby, and then right after she had it, not too long after that, she went under the knife because she said, I didn't like the way the baby did my stomach. I didn't like the way my titties was sagging. I didn't like that. So, I went and got surgery. And she was then doing videos like, what does it mean when your feet is swollen like this? What does it mean when your body... Remember, she was doing all that because it was the complications from those surgeries. But she hadn't even healed yet. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of women are making right now, because they're looking at what these celebrities are doing. Mm-hmm. These celebrities are sitting there saying after they had a baby, they snatched because they went and had a surgery. Exactly. And they lying to you, telling you they drinking some tea. Or they lying to you and telling you they taking some gummies when they secretly having these surgeries, right? And that's not healthy because remember, I don't know if y'all remember when Usher's ex-wife, her last baby she had with him, when she went to the Dominican Republic and she almost died because she was trying to get a BBL, and she flatlined twice because she went over there because they didn't want to do the surgery here. Yes. So she went to the Dominican Republic to do it.
Questions.
And they don't have as many rules. They say you can get as much put in your ass as you want. You can have legs look like this and your booty is huge. Yeah. And that's the part to me, what doctor in their right mind, if they're not doing it for the money, is going to say, okay, go on and get all them CCs or whatever put in your ass.
I'm quite sure that some people, some doctors do discourage them.
Yes.
And they be like, no, this is what I want.
I'm doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, sign your life away right here because you can't sue us. Mm-hmm. Sign away saying that you run the risk of this could happen, you could die. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and sign it. And they be okay, all right, let's do it.
And so you think the pressure is coming from the celebs that are out there that are snapping back real quick? Or where do you think it's coming from? Is it just the insecurities of us as women?
That's part of it. And then that's that, like that Denaya said, that spirit of comparison. We're comparing ourselves to other women. And because, you know, some people be like, it's the man's fault. And I'm like, nah, in this situation, it's our own, because we're finding ourselves comparing ourselves to other women and what they get and how they look and how everybody treats them based on how they look. So now we want it too. And that's why I said, and a lot of these people are comparing themselves to fake people that don't even exist. You know what I mean? They're looking at what you see on social media, and this person doesn't even really look like this in real life.
Exactly.
This is just a social media look.
It's filtered.
Yeah. And so now they're like, well, I want my nose to be like this, my lips to look like this. I want my cheekbones to be up here. I want, you know, fuller lips. I want the ass to be the ass to be assing. I want the tits to be tits. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's just like, but that's not even what your body, how your body was created. Right. That's not even how your body is supposed to be. So this is why you see a lot of them also, a lot of these celebs that's having it removed, they realize they did too much. And so now they're starting to go through body issues because of it, where they're like, I have these aches and I have these pains and they don't know what it is. And the only thing they can say that it's possibly is from, you know, the effects of the plastic surgery, K. Michelle, right? And so,
because when you think about it, it really is a fairly new procedure. This ain't been going, you know, so there's still, all the bugs haven't even been out of all of the stuff that happens.
What's going to happen 10 years from now.
And I think about the ladies that genuinely need those type of surgeries, the ones that have mastectomies because of their breast cancer. And they need they want to feel like a woman again. So they go and they have these, you know, I know some older women that just said, forget it, I don't care. I'm going to just put a prosthetic.
I have a few friends that went and got, they had that after they were removed from the cancer.
And they look good. And they feel good about themselves. And I think that is more warranted than just for vanity's sake and just to be comparing yourself to someone else. But it's a really sad story. Again, I really, it's going to be a process for them to get through. It, and I'm keeping them in my prayers because them babies, they are so cute. I don't know if you've ever followed them on Instagram, but your final thoughts.
I just say, you know, I know it's cliche because we hear it all the time, but we really do have to love ourselves. We really do have to appreciate everything about our bodies that, you know, that we have, because some people aren't even here anymore, right? Every flaw, whatever it is, just appreciate it. And if there's something that you can work on from a healthy perspective, exercise, to get it, to get, you know, in a better position, then I say do it. But if it's not life-threatening, I would just say leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's not worth it. I mean, like I said, this woman just had a baby under a year and was right back ready to go under the knife to get her body back probably the way it was before she had this baby, instead of allowing her body to heal. You know, it's not worth it. Just love who you are inside and out. And if you don't know how to do that, go sit on somebody's couch and have a conversation about why and what caused you to fall out of like with yourself, so that you can fall back in love with yourself. Because when you really are in love with yourself, like, and from a healthy place, you don't need the plastic surgery. And that's my final thought.
Final thought is love you. Stop being a follower. Like Neisha said, appreciate the uniqueness of who you are. Those eyes you have, those lips you have, that mouth you have, you know, your curves. If you want a better body, eat better. We have become so lazy. We want instant gratification, and it's very selfish to think about having unnecessary procedures because of vanity that causes you not to be here for your loved ones. You know, they say she was a very sweet person, too.
Yeah.
So my condolences go out to her and her family. That's my final thought.
And my final thoughts are just on the other side of it. If you do decide that this is a surgery that you want to have, please do your research. Make sure you have, because matter of fact, they talked about this particular doctor that she had, and that he had been sued before. He even sued some people for saying that he botched.
Botched surgeries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So be careful, because there's so many people out there that are doing these surgeries. They claim to be certified. Look at their work. Look at the stuff they've done before. Look at their reviews. Pay attention, because this is altering. I know it's an outpatient process most of the time, but this is altering your life. And anytime you go under anesthesia, you are at risk. So just keep that in mind when you decide to have these surgeries. Thank you for tuning in to BGP. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and hit the notification bell. Thank you.
BGP.
Bye.
Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thong.